Hello, everyone. I want to talk to you today about an important topic that's a little bit touchy and it's got multiple layers. But I want to share with you why, if you want to get married, it's important to avoid casual hookups and friend with benefits relationships. Because if you are seeking marriage, prioritizing relationships based on mutual respect, commitment, and shared values will create a foundation for a strong, enduring partnership. It will allow you to focus on developing a deep connection and establishing the groundwork for fulfilling lifetime commitment. So when you avoid casual hookups and friend with benefits relationships, you can actually align your actions and intentions with your desire for a meaningful, committed marriage. And so you want to create an environment that fosters the growth of a loving and supportive partnership. But first, let's look at the biology of bonding. Because of oxytocin, when women engage in physical intimacy, they release this hormone that creates a sense of emotional bonding. So it creates a sense of connection and attachment on the part of the woman, even in the absence of commitment, such as in friends with benefits relationships. On the other hand, men, however, don't necessarily experience the same emotional bond outside of a committed relationship. So this leads to an unequal emotional investment on the part of the woman and dissatisfaction as well as vulnerability that is not reciprocated. So for women, the emotional and physical intimacy of sex creates a one-sided situation. So what happens, I always tell women, do not agree to these scenarios, because what happens is you're giving the man the upper hand and the advantage, because the man is getting the benefits of sexual intimacy with no obligation to be committed. So this is not a situation that you want to get into as a woman. And men, this is not good for you either if you're looking for a long-term relationship. Because what happens is, with women, sometimes they will get into friends with benefits situations. They deny their emotions. They're just like, oh, I'm fine, and then they end up bonding with the man, and then they want more. And the man is like, well, I told you in the beginning that we're just friends with benefits. And so it puts the woman in a very difficult situation. And so it actually hinders a committed relationship, because if you're a woman, while you're tied up, and it is a form of bondage, while you are tied up in a friends with benefits situation, most of the time you are precluding yourself from actually being open to dating other men who may be able to give you the commitment that you are looking for. So don't get into these scenarios. Now let me say this, there are men out there who use dating as an avenue to pursue sexual intimacy. There are, however, men out there who really are looking for a serious relationship, and honestly, sometimes they come on strong sexually in the beginning. But let me say this, the only way to determine if a man is really looking for just sexual intimacy, or if he's looking for more, is to tell him no. You're going to have to slow him down. And let me say this, ideally, men should be the ones that should have that level of self-control, but sometimes they don't. And so as a woman, the best thing you can do, if you go out with a man and he starts coming on strong sexually, and the first, second, third, fourth date, whatever, and there's no commitment of marriage, the best thing you can do is tell him no. Now, you want to do it in the right kind of way, and we're going to touch on that in just a minute. But the thing of it is, when you tell a guy no, if he's really into you and he's really looking for a long-term relationship, he'll keep pursuing you, or he may disappear for a while, but he will come back if he's the right one. But If he's just looking for something fast, quick, and easy, you want him to disappear. That's exactly what you want to happen. So you're going to have to test to find out where his head is really at. And so let me say this as well. Many women, unfortunately, make the mistake of thinking that I've got to jump into sex really quick with this guy and, quote, lock him down so that he won't date anyone else. That is a deception. That does not work either. Because what happens is when those scenarios happen is the woman jumps in thinking, okay, if I don't have sex with this man, he's going to go off somewhere else. The men jump in thinking, oh, this is amazing. And then a few weeks down the road, a few days down the road, whatever, they wake up and they realize, okay, this is not going to work. This is not what I'm looking for. Because men have two parts of their brains, ladies. They have the part that just wants to jump into physical intimacy, and then they have the part that deals with emotionally bonding. So it takes longer for men to emotionally bond. So you want to take the physicality out of the equation and bond with a man first, mentally, intellectually, and emotionally. Now, if you're a Christian, and I am a Christian, the best thing to do is to hold off on physical intimacy until you're married, okay? But I know there are people watching that are of different faiths. And so I wanted to share this with you. The best thing to do is slow it down. Now, some men are not going to like it, but a high quality man will appreciate it. And if they're into you, they will respect you and they will come back even if they drop off for a while. Because ladies, you have to understand you are the prize, okay? The man is not the prize. Also, you need to understand that there is an abundance of high quality men out there. There's not a scarcity of men. So I've heard oftentimes, people say men, high quality men have options. Well, if you're a high quality woman, you should have options as well. And so I encourage women and men to keep the doors open, talk to different men, different women, keep rotationally dating or circular dating until you find someone that you really want to go deeper with. Now, let me say this, ladies. I don't care how shy you think a man is. If a man wants you, he's going to tell you, okay? If a man is committed to you, you're not going to have to wonder. If a man wants to be exclusive and take you off the market, he's going to tell you. But men like to feel that they're free to make that choice. They don't like to feel pressured. They don't like a woman who's passive aggressive or who hints around. So just tell a man what you want on the front end. If you're looking for marriage and you meet a man and he asks you out, just ask him, what are you looking for? And if he's not looking for marriage, there's really no point in going any further with him. So I think there's a way to screen potential partners on the front end so that sometimes what happens is, and I've seen this happen quite a bit, where women and men, they'll jump into these scenarios, maybe because of physical chemistry, other reasons, and then on down the road, the woman will be like, okay, I want a commitment. This like 2 and 3 years in, and the man's like, I don't want a commitment. And then she's wasted all of that time. So before you agree to be exclusive with a man, before you agree to take yourself off the market, so to speak, you better know what the intentions are. You better know where things are headed. Now, it's perfectly fine to rotationally date. I do not encourage getting physically intimate. Rotationally date, talk to different men until a man comes forth and gives you the level of commitment that you want. But oftentimes what happens is women and men both, they'll jump into a relationship for whatever reasons, and then on down the road, they'll wake up and realize, okay, wait a minute, we're not on the same page. That really does not have to happen. So open, honest communication is very, very important. And so there are high quality men out there, but if you want to attract a high quality man as a woman, you're going to have to be willing to take an honest look at yourself and say, okay, what do I bring to the table? Am I a high quality woman? And so I refer to it as a top 1% man and woman. So a man told me one time, he said, you're a top 1% woman. I said, what do you mean? He said, you're willing to do what 99% of other women won't do. And so if you are really serious about getting married and looking for that long-term commitment, and you're willing to take an honest look at yourself and ask yourself some hard questions, you can become a top 1% woman, and you can attract in top 1% man. Because this is what I say, when you're the top 1%, there really is no competition. There really is not. And I was reading about billionaires. There's like 2,700 and some odd billionaires in the world. So when you're on that elite level, it's a different world. And so as men and as women, we can do the inner work and take ourselves to a higher level where we will attract a higher level of person. And so, so many, if as a woman, you do not want to be in a situation where you're looking for a man to rescue you and make your life better. That is codependency. Of course, the right man will make your life better. Of course, the right partnership will make your life better. And there's nothing wrong with desiring that. But in the meantime, do what you can to upgrade yourself and to take your life to a higher level so that you can attract a high quality man. And so I've heard a lot of, I've heard a lot of women bash men and say, there's a lot of narcissistic men out there and all of that. That may be true, but I don't really see that, because I am operating on a different level. Now, I used to attract a lot of men who were players, but after I did the inner work and really got healed of codependency, some other things, those kind of men don't come to me real often. And so if you will do your part to upgrade your life, to get healed of codependency, get healed of feelings of unworthiness, get healed of childhood trauma, you will be shocked to discover the quality of men that you will be attracting into your life, and men as well. There are men who need inner healing. But if you are single and if you are believing God to get married, there is a high quality person out there for you. But I encourage you, position yourself for it, because when you agree, and I'm speaking to the men too, when you agree to friends with benefits or casual hookups, you're really settling and you're really blocking and hindering the right person from coming forth into your life. So I just speak peace and blessings to you today. Thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned. I'll be sharing more. God bless. Bye-bye.